This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview. Joining us today is Colin Patterson, the CEO of Bluebird Merchant Ventures. Hello, Colin. Welcome onto Stockbox. How are you doing?
Good, thanks, and hi from Manila.
Indeed, hi from Manila. Well, it's the first time that we're speaking to you, the first time we have had Bluebird on the platform. So first of all, could you perhaps just introduce the company, the projects that you have, and really the high-level overview, what you're all about?
Okay, so the three main projects that we have are the two projects in South Korea, the Gubong and the Kochang mines. And the one that got the company going in the first place, and hence the reason why I'm in the Philippines, is the Batangas project here in the Philippines. So three really good projects. Kochang is the smaller of the two, but it's the one that we're going for first because it's the easier of the two. We have great community relations there, and I don't know if you noticed the release that we made this morning, that we have now signed a land lease agreement with the landowner, which is a major step towards us getting what is known as the temporary mountain use permit. We will get that project going pretty quickly as soon as the permit comes through. Obviously, there's a couple of little other permits that we need to get as well, but that's the same as any mining company anywhere in the world. And then once that's going, and we do proof of concept, which we would hope to have within 6 months of getting Kochang going, we will move things into production, full production, and then bring on Gubong, which is the company maker, at a year or so down the line, once we've really tested out all the potential bugs that could occur in South Korea. But quite honestly, I've worked in lots of mining jurisdictions in the world, and South Korea is one of the better ones that I have ever been in.
Okay, well, let me ask you then, first of all, two questions really. Why South Korea and why the pure focus on gold?
Okay, gold, because I like it. Gold, because the team that we have an exceptional team of guys who have done nothing but refurbishment of mines around the world, mainly gold mines, although I've been in tin, diamonds, platinum, and other ones as well, but mainly gold, and it's our passion. Narrow vein, high grade, underground gold mines is our passion. And we basically search the world for those types of projects. Why Korea? Well, we looked everywhere in the world to find the projects that met our criteria, high grade, underground mines that closed when the gold price was down and a lot of stuff still left underground. And Korea was almost the last bastion of where you can find these things. And it's a really wonderful place. It shut down its mining operations back in about early 70s when President Park came into power, and he wanted to make it a tech country, which is done. I mean, they've done a magnificent job, really good job there. There's bullet trains and big freeways going everywhere. Both of our projects in Korea, we drive 95% of the way on wonderful sealed freeways, and the last bit is still on a sealed road all the way up to the back door, front door of each of the properties. So that's why Korea. Another good one about Korea, they don't even ask for a royalty. When you speak to them about things like wetlands to improve the environment, they say they'll pay 80% of that. You want to do some regional drilling, they'll pay 80% of it. They're really keen to get their mining going, and we've had nothing but cooperation from them.
So it's a good jurisdiction to work in then. You're finding that even though they perhaps moved away from mining to focus on tech, are they opening up again for mining, or what? Yeah.
Yeah, correct. And especially now, just about every country in the world, post-COVID, are looking for alternative sources of money. And that's why I believe here in the Philippines as well, with the Batangas project, all of a sudden there's a lot of pressure for us to get that going because the country needs money. Korea needs money. Everyone needs money. The UK needs money.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Well, I wonder if you can just perhaps take us through some of the history of the project here. Consider, I imagine they probably do have a fair bit of history in the past. So, what can you tell us about what work has been done on the project in the past, and give an idea of the potential that the world that you see, if you can articulate that to shareholders.
Sure. So, as I said, the team that we have worked in underground mines all over the world. We know what we're looking for. We have refurbished and got old mines back into profitability. So we know what we're looking for. I don't think there is another team in the world, and I would love to hear if there is anyone who thinks that they might be better than us. But we think we're the best narrow vein underground gold miners in the world, especially for getting old mines up and running. And we've done it a few times and have yet, touch wood, we haven't had a failure to date. So we're pretty confident. And I've just been going over the cash flow today of both the projects. It's mind blowing where we think this thing can go. Obviously, we're not ready at this stage to share that, and we're still doing the homework on that. But those mines, because when it shut down, the gold price, both of them shut down when the gold price was sub 100. It was still the old $35 or $70 thereabouts. And they left a lot of dirt on the ground, in pillars, large areas of unmined areas, which today, we regard it as high grade. They left it because it was low grade. Just simply from our initial exploration, where we got entry into the mines and we picked up dirt off the floor and chipped away at the pillars and the likes of that. We got magnificent grade. Even the stuff in the haulage, the ballast was running grade. So we're pretty confident that there's already a lot of broken rock ready just to be brought out, and that'll get us going to start off with, and in particular for the proof of concept. But very soon after that, we'll be opening up the mine and mining the older areas that were left behind by the old timers.
Okay, so is it fair to say then that a lot was left behind, and the factors include Korea moving away, South Korea moving away from mining into tech, but also the actual price of gold? And you say regarded the ore that was there as low grade, but actually in today's numbers it's potentially high grade. Is that sort of fair to sum up the opportunity?
Very, very good summary, yeah. And the grades we're looking at are 5-6 grams per ton. So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty healthy grades there.
Indeed, indeed. Well, you touched on it in the introduction, but I wonder if you can give a sense of the roadmap for each project there, and sort of some timelines that you're looking out for and investors looking out for, and key milestones along the way.
Okay, I'll start with the one that we're least focused on,
Yep.
and I'll finish with the one that I personally am really focused on. So the first one is Batangas. That's here in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very high grade underground opportunity there, which some $20 million has been spent on exploration and resource definition by the previous company that we bought it off. And as I pointed out earlier, we put that on a back burner because of the political situation in the Philippines at the time. It has all changed now, and we now we're in advanced discussions with a local partner, which we hope to conclude within the next a couple of weeks, I'd say, a deal whereby they take over the full management and the expenditures on the project for an earning into the project. And they will take it to, if all goes well in the negotiations, which they are pretty well at the moment, they'll take it to construction.
Okay.
Once we get to construction, then we have the choice of either tipping in or selling off, whatever we decide at that stage. So that's the one of least importance, but it would be monetizing a fairly important asset that we have that was previously written down to zero on our books. But the one in the middle, Kochang, that's up in South Korea. It is the smaller of the two, as I mentioned. It's got a smaller resource that we've been able to identify, but certainly enough to make some serious money there. It's also very easy to get into. We have access to over 1 kilometer of tunnels already, and we've been able to get into the working faces, chip the faces, sample it, in other words, and reassess the resources that were originally claimed by KORUS, which is the South Korean authority on resources and the likes of that. So KORUS did their evaluation, what they thought was there. We went in and we basically validated what was there. In fact, if anything, I think ours was slightly better than theirs. So we're pretty comfortable with the KORUS numbers that they have. It's a steeply dipping ore body, which means getting the rock out is a lot easier, and a lot easier to mine as well, by the way. So we're expecting that one to go very nicely. The really, the blue sky on Kochang is that it's the tip of the iceberg of the total area we have. The total strike is some 2 kilometers, and we're only looking at the most northern tip of that, everything basically above ground level. Okay. There's still a lot of depth to go, well below ground level. And in the southern side, there's a big silver mine that mined many millions of ounces of silver in the past, and it's on the same strike. And there's a big chunk in the middle that hasn't even been explored. So there's some really big blue sky potential for Kochang in the future. But the strategy at the moment is really just to get into Kochang, get production there, do the proof of concept, get some cash flow, and then move on to Gubong.
So you can get some early cash flow from Kochang, can you, potentially? Okay.
For a very low capital expenditure, we would be using a plant that just uses a vat leach, a crusher, screening, vat leach, and the solution we may even toll out to someone else. So in fact, I'm going to Korea with the COO next week, and one of the things we'll be doing is talking to some people about toll treating some of the ore or some of the concentrate that we get out of the mine, just to keep things cheap.
Okay, excellent. Okay, and then the third one then?
So the third one, the company maker, the one that I'm really excited about, this thing has got 6 parallel veins, flatly dipping, so it is a bit more difficult to mine, but it does mean it doesn't disappear into the depths of the earth very quickly. It carries on for a long, long time. So the strike of that ore body is about 1 kilometer or so, and already they've mined it down dip some 500 odd meters. In fact, it's probably more than 500 odd meters. They're down to, I think, 20 level now. And the really interesting thing is that 2 of the main veins, number 5 and number 6, joined up at the lower levels, and they were mining there at 20 grams per ton over 2 meters. And that unfortunately we can't verify until we get down there. The mine is underwater from the valley floor down. We can access valley floor up. So we do know that we have enough ground to keep ourselves going from valley floor up for a couple of years. And we only need to dewater level by level as we require it. And quite honestly, we'll probably only get down to 20 level in 5 or 6 years' time, because there's so much good stuff above there. And I believe that this particular mine could be, probably 50, 60,000 ounces per annum producer.
50 to 60,000 ounces per annum. That's pretty significant. So that is your... Go on.
Yeah, and coupled up with the Kochang, which could be 20 or 30, maybe even 40. And of course, Batangas, whatever share we have of that from the partner that we have there. So we could, potentially in 5, 6 years' time be 100,000 ounce producer.
Is that the big goal, would you say?
The big one is we don't go for size because it's sexy. We go for profit. Yeah, you got to remember that the team that we have has been around a long time, and we look after every shekel that we have. We put a lot of our own money into this company, and for the last 2 or 3 years, particularly during COVID and whatnot, none of us have taken any salary. We've all just taken sweat equity in the company because we really believe in it.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. So just to summarize, Butang, I hope I'm saying the names correctly, the first project there, looking
Batangas.
Batangas, sorry, looking to partner with someone, and you will retain an interest there that will give you hopefully some value upside that you said the project was valued at next to nothing. Kochang, you're looking to do the proof of concept and get early cash flow from getting the easy to access gold that is there and getting that into small production. And the third, I didn't catch the name of the third project.
Gubong.
Okay, and Gubong, the company maker, potentially looking at 50 to 60,000 ounces per year. What are the next stages there? Just where's the focus on the activities there?
So for Gubong, as I say, we want to get Kochang up and running and do all the test work in Kochang so that when we do go to Gubong, we've got it right. So when we do hit it, we hit the ground running with that one.
So the activities at the moment are at Kochang for the moment?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Now, in terms of the activities, are they all fully funded?
Not at this stage. We've got enough money in the bank to get us the permitting that we require to get us started. And then thereafter, we will definitely need some funds to get into construction and the likes of that.
Okay. But at that point, you'll be able to make a good case, I guess, for what you can get in return for that. And just thinking on the valuation, I understand that the South Korean assets were valued independently at about 22 million US when you bought the remaining 50%. So, I mean, just looking at the market cap currently of Bluebird at £9 million, it's basically 50% effectively of the value there. Why do you think this is, and what could cause the value to be reflected?
Well, I think there's just been a bit of a downgrade in markets around the world, no matter what sector you're in. That's number one. Gold price hasn't helped us at all. It's fallen from 1,800, nearly got to 19 at one stage. In fact, nearly got to 2,000, and it's now sort of down near the 1600. Yeah, so it's come off. So there's a lot less interest in the market, and of course, like every junior, everyone knows these guys are at that stage now where it looks like they're going to get things going, and where they're going to get the money from and the likes of that. So I think there's a bit of nervousness around the place. But you're quite correct. The independent expert that valued the property for the deal to be done between ourselves and our original partner took a gold price of 1,400, and then applied a 90% of the discounted cash flow, which he did at 15%, which came to 22. So if you used a discounted cash flow of say 10 or 12% and used today's current gold price, it's worth a lot more than 22 million. And we've got 100% of it.
Okay. Well, it's always at this point in the market where there are potentially big bargains to be had when the interest is not there, and perhaps it's slightly more of a difficult environment. So I wonder if we can just finish off, if you perhaps can give 3 reasons as to why people should consider investing in Bluebird, or for existing shareholders, why they should continue to hold.
All right, I'll try. The first and most important reason is that we've got an unbelievably good team, a very experienced team with more than 100 years of experience within the top 3 or 4 of us. In fact, Charlie Barkley and myself probably together account for about 90 of those years. So we've been around, we've done it for a long time, we know what works. And we wouldn't have put our own money into these projects if we didn't think they were going to be worthwhile. So that would be definitely number one. Number 2, I'm a gold bug, and I believe gold will sooner or later move forward and go past the $2,000 per ounce mark, and we're just going to that's going to add a huge amount of profit to our bottom line. As I said, I was going through the DCF, so the discounted cash flows, just before this meeting, and already, even at a gold price, we've put in 1,600 as a test. But if we put in 2,000, it's just mind blowing what could happen there. And why else? Well, because we're different. We are different. We're not an explorer. We don't waste shareholders' money on exploration. A lot of companies would look at this and say, well, let's spend 5 million and drill out a resource. Well, we're saying let's spend 5 million and get into the mine and mine some stuff. And we know it's there. It's not a question, is it there or isn't it there? And we will make money as we spend that initial 5 million.
Okay.
And not only make money, we'll make a profit.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. It's always good to be different, and I look forward to following the developments, and hopefully we can speak again soon as things progress. But thank you very much for your time, Colin Patterson, the CEO of Bluebird Merchant Ventures.
Thanks, Mark. Much appreciated.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.